Have you ever noticed your legs feeling heavy, even after a short walk? That dull ache, that slow drag, as if your body is aging faster than your spirit. You're not alone. For millions of people over 60, this quiet struggle begins deep, in the lower legs, inside a small but powerful muscle doctors call the second heart. When this hidden heart grows weak, blood flow slows down, energy drops, and the body begins to feel tired and old. But here's the truth. You can wake it up again. You don't need a gym or equipment. Just one simple movement, sitting in your own chair. In this video, you'll discover a quiet, powerful exercise that reactivates your second heart, boosts blood circulation, and restores the strength and vitality that time tried to take away. Watch closely, because this 1-minute movement can change the way you feel, walk, and live. There's a quiet truth hidden deep within your legs, one that most people never learn about until it begins to fade. Inside your lower legs lives a powerful muscle called the soleus, often referred to by scientists as your body's second heart. This muscle isn't large or flashy like the outer calf, but what it does is extraordinary. Each time it contracts, it helps push blood back up toward your heart, fighting against gravity. Over the years, as we spend more time sitting and less time moving, this muscle grows weaker and more inactive. When that happens, blood starts to pool in the lower legs, swelling becomes more frequent, and fatigue starts to appear even after simple activities like walking. What you once thought was normal aging is often just this hidden muscle growing silent. The beauty is that it can wake up again. It hasn't disappeared. It's simply forgotten its purpose because modern life doesn't ask it to do much. The soleus doesn't respond to running or heavy workouts. It responds to gentle, mindful activation. Once reawakened, it becomes your body's silent engine, pushing circulation, easing pressure from the veins, and helping your heart work with less effort. This second heart works quietly, but its impact spreads everywhere. Your energy improves, your legs feel lighter, your balance steadier, and your body more alive. The power doesn't come from doing more. It comes from remembering the parts of yourself that already hold strength within. Most people think they need complicated routines or special equipment to restore their vitality, but the truth is far simpler. There's one move you can do right now, wherever you are, to begin the process of reactivation. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Lift your heels slowly, hold for a second, then lower them with control. That's it. No weights, no sweat, no strain. Yet within this simple movement lies something extraordinary. As you raise your heels, the soleus begins to contract and pump blood upward, working like a secondary heart to ease the burden on your primary one. The rhythm of this action reminds your brain that movement still matters, that your body still knows how to support you. Over time, with just a few minutes each day, circulation improves, swelling decreases, and that heavy, dragging feeling in your legs fades away. You begin to move through your day with a sense of balance and lightness you may not have felt in years. It's almost as if your body is waking up from a long nap. You'll notice subtle shifts. Standing feels easier, walking feels smoother, energy lasts longer. That's the quiet power of consistency. One simple motion, repeated daily with intention, can reactivate not only a muscle, but a feeling of connection between your mind and body. It's not about intensity, it's about awakening what's been dormant and giving it a reason to move again. The most powerful transformations in life rarely begin with dramatic effort. They start in moments of gentleness, small actions done with awareness and care. The seated heel raise is more than a physical movement. It's a message to yourself. Each controlled lift is a reminder that your strength doesn't fade with age, it shifts form. It becomes quieter, steadier, more enduring. Through this one act, you teach your body to trust itself again. Your balance returns not only to your steps, but to your mindset. You start to see aging not as decline, but as refinement, a stage where subtlety replaces force. The blood flows freely, your heart works in harmony with your muscles, and your confidence grows from within. It's in these tiny, repeated gestures that life begins to feel lighter, freer, and more stable. You're not just exercising a muscle, you're rebuilding a foundation. Every lift whispers a truth your body already knows. Movement is medicine, and consistency is strength. When you practice this daily, You don't just improve your circulation. You restore your sense of control, calm, and inner energy. It's not about fighting time. It's about learning how to work with it gracefully, using small, intentional movement to create big, lasting change. You don't need a gym, machines, or long workouts to restore strength to your body. Sometimes it takes only one simple, deliberate movement to begin rewriting how you feel from the ground up. Most people underestimate what a small act, done with awareness, can do. The seated heel raise looks simple, just lifting your heels while seated, but behind that motion lies a complete reset for the body's internal engine. As your heels rise and fall, the soleus muscle deep in your lower legs awakens. It begins to pulse gently, sending fresh blood upward toward your heart, easing pressure from your veins, and feeding every cell with renewed oxygen. This quiet movement doesn't just move blood, it moves energy. You begin to feel a lightness spread through your legs, a calm steadiness through your core, and a new sense of alertness through your entire body. It's remarkable how much life changes when you give attention to a part of yourself that has been ignored for years. The beauty of this single exercise lies in its simplicity and accessibility. You don't need to change your clothes or find space in a crowded schedule. You can do it sitting at your desk, watching TV, reading, or even during a moment of stillness before bed. All it asks for is 2 minutes of your time and a little focus. Yet what you give in those 2 minutes can return to you tenfold, in the form of better circulation, less swelling, lighter legs, and a refreshed sense of balance. When you move with intention, you're not just training a muscle. You're training your nervous system to remember coordination, stability, and calm control. Every repetition tells your brain that you are not done, that your body still responds, adapts, and strengthens when called upon. For older adults, this is more than a health tip. It's a message of renewal. It means you can take back ownership of how your body feels without relying on medicine or external devices. You already have the mechanism within you. It only needs to be reminded how to work. What makes this movement powerful is not how hard you do it, but how consistently you show up for it. When you lift your heels, pause, and lower them slowly, you activate not only your soleus muscle but also your sense of awareness. You begin to feel the connection between motion and energy, between effort and reward. After a few days, that heaviness in your legs lessens. After a few weeks, your walking feels smoother, your posture steadier, and your mood lighter. It's a gradual awakening, one that happens so gently, you may not even realize how much has changed until you notice yourself standing up with ease or walking farther without fatigue. That's the quiet gift of this one move. It restores natural flow without force. Your body begins to work in harmony again. Your blood moves freely, and the weight of stillness fades away. It's proof that healing doesn't always demand intensity. Sometimes it asks for consistency and awareness. Every time you perform the seated heel raise, you choose to send life back into your lower body, to wake the system that keeps you stable, energized, and balanced. And as the days pass, this small practice begins to shape how you think. You start to realize that strength isn't found in extreme effort but in mindful repetition. When you honor your body with small, regular movement, it responds with grace. That's the secret behind this exercise. It's not about breaking a sweat. It's about rebuilding communication between your muscles, nerves, and heart. Each lift becomes a conversation with your body, one that says, I still care, I still move, I still choose vitality. In that moment, age stops being a limitation and becomes an experience, a rhythm your body can still dance with. The second heart in your legs beats again, and through one simple movement, your whole body remembers what it feels like to live with strength, flow, and quiet power. Real change rarely begins with a grand event. It begins in silence, in the smallest of movements repeated with quiet determination. The seated heel raise is one of those small moves that may seem insignificant at first, but with time, it reveals its true power. Each time you lift your heels, you are not just exercising a muscle. You are reawakening a part of yourself that believes in progress. Consistency transforms weakness into strength, stiffness into flow, and fatigue into stability. The secret lies not in how much effort you exert in one moment, but in how faithfully you return to the movement every day. Your body doesn't ask for intensity. It asks for continuity. And in that continuity, something profound begins to happen. you start to build resilience, not just in your muscles, but in your mind. There's a quiet rhythm that forms when you practice the same movement daily. The repetition becomes a kind of meditation, grounding you in the present moment. You begin to notice the subtle sensations, the gentle pull in your calves, the warmth in your legs, the evenness of your breath. These small signals tell you that your body is alive, responsive, and grateful for your attention. Each session becomes a reminder that transformation doesn't have to be loud or painful. It can be calm, deliberate, and graceful. Over time, this simple act of lifting your heels begins to influence how you approach life. You start valuing consistency over excitement, patience over speed, and presence over perfection. The movement trains not only your muscles, but also your mindset. It teaches that real strength comes from discipline, the kind that doesn't shout but endures quietly through the days. As the weeks pass, you begin to see the results in ways that go beyond the physical. You may notice that your legs feel lighter when you walk, that your posture feels more balanced, that your breathing comes easier. But you'll also sense something deeper, a calm confidence that begins to rise from within. It's the awareness that you are actively shaping your own well-being. You're no longer waiting for health to happen. You're creating it, one repetition at a time. This small move becomes a symbol of control, proof that you can direct your energy toward healing and strength. The more you stay consistent, the more you understand that transformation is not about doing more. It's about doing with purpose. In a world that glorifies intensity and speed, this gentle movement reminds you that power can be soft. When you commit to it daily, you're teaching your body to flow instead of fight. The blood moves freely, the tension melts away, and your entire system begins to harmonize. That's what makes this exercise more than a routine. It becomes a ritual of connection. You connect your mind to your muscles, your breath to your movement, and your intention to your progress. Over time, this creates balance. Not just physical balance when you stand or walk, but inner balance when you face life's changes. The truth is, aging isn't a loss of ability. It's a loss of movement. But when you keep moving, even in small ways, you keep life flowing through you. Every lift of your heel is a quiet act of defiance against stagnation. It says, I still choose strength. I still choose motion. And that choice, repeated day after day, builds transformation that no medicine can replicate. It's not about changing who you are. It's about returning to what your body was always meant to do: move, circulate, and renew itself. So when you lift your heels tomorrow, don't think of it as a small thing. Think of it as a spark that keeps your inner fire alive, your second heart awake, and your spirit in motion. Small moves, when done with faith and intention, truly lead to the biggest transformations of all.